Good evening, everyone. So this time, gabi na jud. So it's around close to 9 p.m. and it is also a component of our final requirement in R.57 Learnings with the Architect. And this short, or it depends if short man siya na podcast, is wala ta kapalo. Kaya basig daghan tag mo learn with our guest tonight. I'm very honored to have our guest, Architect Francis Magno. So, good evening, sir.
Good evening. What should I call you? The Arki or ano? MJ?
Ay, kung asa ka, sir, pwede rin po MJ or anything.
MJ mo gud ang gikuan sa ko ako. Anyway, I'm honored po to be in your podcast. Kay usually dili man gyud ko ginakuan og interview og mga nga ni ka extent ba, so I think it's the first time for me to attend into a podcast ba na or kuan. Usually I am the one who's listening to podcasts. Yeah,
Go.
podcast. That's kuan na siya sa kuha. Therapy na siya sa kuha actually. Mag-drafting, magkuan. May
Para-
naulag podcast.
Para dili malay. So,
Dili mo kuan.
as an architecture student asking an architect na, how's your day? How's your day going?
So for me to answer to a student na kuan, nag-arty student ka, joke lang din.
Mura na siya threat. Na siya threat.
No, it's not a threat. It's a kuan. It's a tawagan. I'm just concerned. No. Well, it's a Thursday, so bago na nato naglampas og Wednesday, which is usually pinakakapoy sa week, di ba? Kay grabe ang kuan. So medyo kuan, it was a busy day because naami deadlines giapa sa office kaganina, and then sa site. This week we have a project turnover. Pero it's not a big project. It's just a minor interior fit out lang ba. So lisod magud na basta finishing na ba. So as architects, mao man gyud na makitaan man gud ba? Makitaan sa client. So dapat doble bantay ka sa trabahante. So yeah. Kato, it was a kuan. Medyo draining siya na day because after the site, I went back to the office, nagkuan ko og design, nagbuhat og mga schemes kay ami possible kuan, pitch, possible client pang good. Actually, it's comparable to being an artist student. Plates ba? Murag deadline gyapon eh.
Pero mas dako lang siguro ang murag risk kay since it's a house or it's a real structure na jud. So
At least kung student ka, you don't have to be responsible kung say mali.
yeah. Iparido lang sa mga
Paredo lang kung sa ba. So kani to take into account na kung ano ka. For example, well, sa listeners diri na Arki students diri man gyud ang padulungan nato, di ba? Well, dili man gyud na this is our end game. Dili mo pud siya end game, but kani ang atong beginning para sa inyo ha. It's like having a lot of plates that you are responsible.
So
and you have to
before anything, I would like to congratulate you, Sir Day, with Tita Joyce, our guest.
Thank you.
Has
Wow,
just been
yeah.
recently married. So
Yes, it's hard to be an architect and have a baby at the same time.
yes. So
Wala lagay kay tulog. Masamot na. But at least your Tita Joyce is very understanding kay tulogon jud ko niya kay kabulod jud siya mag-work na ko pagka ugma eh. Pero I don't bring my work home. Kana gid akong kuan because I used to do it tong una like kanang kuan pa ko. Masking dili pa ko registered, nag-work pa ko sa kuan. I used to do it baka nabitaw pulawan na ako ana karon na realize na ko. Tapos pwede man gyapon siya matrabaho ug matis ug fresh pa ba.
Murag na separate distinction dyan on what you do at home and what you do at the workplace.
I think I've realized it ba kay you really need to give time for your brain to kuan, to relax, to refresh. Kay lisod magud sometimes when we're too stressed, kuha to huna. Sometimes the right answers does not kuan, the right solutions. Kay kita good as architects, we're always problem solvers eh. So kabalo naman gud mo ana as students, di ba? we are trained naman yun. For 5 years, we are trained.
5 years.
Nakuan,
Hindi
5
pa sure
years
sa
of,
5 years, sir, pero okay.
ah,
At least
ay
five
sus,
years we are trained. At least 5 years we are trained.
at least that 5 years we are trained, and plus 2 years pa gud na.
Mm.
So, akong advice sa mga students, dula mong Dota, pahulay.
Like
You
enjoy
need it.
enjoy other things then, to be
Enjoy
honest.
other things. There's more to life than architecture. Masking ang architecture na sa kuan eh. It's everywhere.
So
But yeah,
sir, can you give a mura siya, a short history or summary of your practice or architectural career, right? Wow, since so kanimo pag-graduate,
okay.
the firms na imong nagyan or anything na murag highlights imong architectural career.
So where do I start? Should I start sa graduation or sa ako ang kuan? Kay interesting pud ba ako ang education?
So, um, nabay ano sir, like, pwede nimo apilon ang imuhang like highlights pod sa imuhang
Very highlights,
student
huh?
years, like very highlights until at the
Oh,
moment kung asa
oh.
ka na point
So
karon.
for all the listeners out there, I am not the perfect student because tanan this is not at kuan. I'm not scaring or wala na ko ginahadlok ang uban, but maybe siguro ma-inspire mo ba kay nagdugay ko actually.
Okay.
I graduated after 9 years. Oh,
Mm.
magna ba? Magna nine
Magno nice.
years.
Oh, 9 years
Because
na to eh.
yes, I wasn't the best student, manggod. So, I was enrolled first at the Ateneo de Davao University for 4 years.
Mm.
Siyempre bugoy man kaayo, wala tayong mabuhat. Kunod talaga eh, ginauna ko sayang Dota o ginom kaysa studies. Pero I wasn't the best student man gyud nakuan. Then I transferred to University of Mindanao to finish my kuan ba. Ang nabili na lang gud sa kuha to is thesis ug uban ang major subjects. Pero wala ko kabantay, wala ko kabalo na mas daghan daig subjects ang UM
Oh,
kaysa
pagbalhin
do.
so.
Okay, and gamay lang po na credit. Kuan. Pero I learned it the hard way actually because ilahi pod ang kuan sa UM eh. Although same curriculum pero lahi ang training sa UM. It's for me, I found it very rigorous labi na sa technical drawings sa kuan. So na kuan jud ko I had to adjust yun. Na jud ko yun daw sa some adjustment. And then syempre wala man gud nagkadimaho ang curriculum ug ang scheduling. Nadungagan na po kog 5 years. but
Oh,
but that time I was working na. I was a working student.
okay.
I worked at my uncle's construction firm
Okay,
sa
sir.
Win-Win Construction. Kuan marag part-time na ko eh. Kay wala man dili man magkadimaho ang scheduling, so most of the time half day lang ko. So pagkahapon or morning dito ko sa office. Para kuan kay mamunggo ng kuan sa mo amot ko naga-work ba siya karon kanang diversified experience kay pwede man gud nimo nakuhaon sa una og student pa ka. I don't know karon if nagasugot pa ba ang kuan TRC ana. So kato pagbali na ko sa UM bale dito na ko na-realize na unsa ang kuan bitaw the importance of sa studies nimo ug sa ba ang well it's a bit personal sa akong personal life naman gud eh. So
Yeah.
for me ba I became a better person pod pag kuan ako wake up call man gud sa ako
Yes, wake up call.
Oo.
Tama.
Because di ba kung padayon pa ba ako sa art career because being an architect is not that easy. Binilag drawing lang dili oy. kablo na
So,
mo ana
narinig
di
nyo
ba?
na yun. Hindi drawing
Yeah.
lang. Dili lang just
Dili,
drawing lang.
dili siya drawing lang. Napa ng math. Although weirdly enough, di ba lisod magandang first college math na to ng algebra, trigo, kabalo man din madiskartehan lang man din gyapon. And weirdly enough, I fell in love with structural design
Oh.
sa kuan. Because number one, sa construction firm ang gud na gina-work nako. Sa uncle nako, he's not only an architect but he's also a civil engineer man gud sa kuan. So murag at least abi na kog lisod kaayo ba kato pag-abot na ko na time na sa ba to nga timber design, reinforced concrete, murag it all made sense ako ba. Unsa to mo ginatrabaho sa office, unsa to magkuan, ay ngayon di na siya nakuan. And yeah, spoiler alert, mugawas na sa board exam. Pero not much.
So nanatay mga pointers somehow
Yeah, you
somewhere.
have to kuan. So murag dito pud nako na na-realize na murag dili man day ko I'm not dumb. I'm just lazy lang ba. Nakuan.
Mm.
So that na-train ko dito, nakuan. Then I graduated on 2016.
Okay, sir.
Then I proceeded with my work. Naghangyo akong uncle sa kuha naman plano man gud nako ato pag-graduate nako take din kog board kay naka-accumulate naman kog enough points.
For the
Pero
exam.
yeah, like enough hours day, sorry, for the exam kay dugay ko since 2011 pa ako nag-start sa ha. Half day lang ba. Dugay na gid siya. So kato pero naghangyo siya sa kuha. Let me finish one kuan gud na kanang tutok gud ba isa ka project na kuan. And this is very important to all the listeners. Mahirap man gud na mahimo ta og architektong hilaw ba. Namo gud na term na nga na dagan nagkuan pero sa office lang permanent. But site is very important good sa kuan because nagid tanan eh. So sa 2016 2017 na ako gitiwas gid na project gid na ako gid nagtutok ba like from the design phase antud sa documentation tanan and all antud sa nahuman gid siya finishing. So after ato I reviewed on 2017 like so ba siya gusto nag-start kaya that time ang good sa Manila pa ang review centers na kuan patong JPT nagdaingon nila na kuan sa Manila pa murag rite of passage maguna sa mga Arki students sa Manila ka magkuan then dito ka mag-review and all kuan. So I started reviewing kuan September I think. Then kato review was really fun for me kay nalingaw magud kaayo ba kanang naka sa Manila no. I don't want to kuan ba but I was just being very competitive magud sa lain schools kay mo
Okay.
katapan ako taga UST taga UP Diliman. So kuan jud ko pakitang hilas jud ko kuan kaayo ko. I was really murag ang aim nako ba to be the top of the students although pagkabalo nako 9 years mo ko ni graduate murag wala lang kuan lang good kamot may lang ba kung kaya kung dili diba so murag pero akong goal gyud is one take lang gyud sa exam. Lahi man gyud ang kuan lahi man gyud ang kay mag-review man gud ka diba lahi man gud ang because usahay magkuan siya mag-conflict siya sa actual practice o kung saan ginatudlo sa mga libro. It's very confusing. I have to unlearn some of the things na natunan ako sa actual just to kuan ba to learn or
practice.
Yeah, so sa life na yung mga shortcuts, not shortcuts necessarily but efficient ways ba. Lahi mo gud ang kung dito jud ka sa kuan by the book mo Kana akong experience kay naman gud koy mga kauban na wala kayo sila experience sa site pero how kay sila ba sa ilahang kuan labi na sa construction building constructions, building technology. Excuse me. How kay sila sa mga terms. So ako murag mabilin ko ako sige ra kog kuan. Sige ra kog Dota that time Wala kay I need kuan ang kuan ako is dapat na apoy pahulay. Nagti-try magud na ako like really grind ba. Kung pugos gid nako di nothing will absorb nothing wala gid ko yung absorb. But that was really fun for me because kuan ba na challenge ko ba kay kuan man good. Paborito man gud ako na subject sa una history of theory. Magin akong paborito gid. History of architecture and theory. Malingaw jud ko ana ba. Ato mga kuan. So ang goal nako ato is gawas gud akong di man na pangalay gid pero akong number dito ba sa first page. So Yung mga kuan dito, mga taga UST palagayo unsa man ni siya na eskwelahan, University of Mindanao. Kitingala sila ba?
So, murag dili siya kay
Eh,
known at that level.
that time dili pa daw na Mindanao.
Mm.
Kay although na ako yung dami kauban na taga UP from your school. So siya nag-top 4 ata I think. Top 4, top 5 sa
Oh,
actual good na board exam. Oh, nasa sila sa likod namo eh. I
oh, okay.
remember that time. Pero it was fun sa ako ba kay tanan tanan ako ang na-love sa Arki school. Na-apply na ko ba.
Mm.
And eventually, ah, nakachamba ko pasado sa board exam. Well, sa board exam, kuan gyud siya, stock knowledge gyud siya. So
Mm.
you can the review centers would teach you how to answer the questions, but it all comes down to you kung how do you approach it as an architect. Murag nga na mo gud siya. The way I saw it ba na you're on this pedestal sa experience ako sa board exam. Unsa man yung pag-diskarte as an architect eh lahi man gyud ang questions eh. Siguro ang nagawa sa reviewer like 5% lang yun or 10 items lang ang nigawas na naagihan ninyo sa review center. So,
Mm.
para sa kuha, murag the one it motivated me siguro first day pa ni grabe gito. Ang ko experience sa wala jud ko tulog. Kulbaan ko eh kay syempre break exam ko na niya ako. A lot is on my shoulder because 9 years ko ni graduate.
Mm. So, murag
I,
na siya added dili pud siya burden, pero murag na siya pressure na since.
pressure. Pero it kept me motivated ba?
Mm.
Kuan. Because that time, I used to kuan eh, katong panahon na bagsak-bagsak ko. I used to, grabe akong grudge sa akong mga professors because, bantay lang mo, bagsak ko, ana-ana, and all. Pero, late na ako na-realize that they were really teaching me a real lesson. Yun. Na you really have to walk the talk good.
Mm.
Ito na ko na-realize katong nakapasan ako na maningkamot good. Nagad ang kuan sa pagpaningkamot. Dili lang make believe ba na ayan ako ni and all. Murag kuan eh. Murag Cinderella story ba kumbaga.
Mm.
Wasn't the best. Pero that time that kuan the top I don't want to brag ha. I just want to
That's okay.
motivate everyone ba everyone
Yes.
who the persons who will be listening to this podcast. That time the top 10 was 82 point something. My
Mm.
grade was 81.1. Ako
Oh,
kakuan.
so murag gamay push na lang tato na.
Pero sig dili oy na pa may mga 80. Ang luoy tong duol dito katong 82 na duol point something something lang.
Mm.
Which was my friend. Siguro top 11 siya, top 12.
Okay.
This is a motivation to everyone. Bagsak-bagsak man or kuan, pila ka years ka, tanawan lang ko. Yan, 9 years ko nag-eskwela pero hapit ko nakatap. Tapsing.
Mm. Pero murag lamit pud siguro sa feeling sir no after 9 years siguro naman joy
Kaya sa
kirot
feeling
na
grabe.
kirot when your like original batchmates graduate on a specific time na murag intended ang sa ilang path, and then nadyoy murag na ay timeline na murag mabehind ka, and then
Yeah,
now murag you passed, and like pass jud na murag in a convincing way na ang imong grade is along those dili man
I
siguro
wasn't
siya
expecting it.
exactly top 10 ba nasa sa
I
taas.
was actually I was aiming lang na maka 70 lang gyud ko. Pugki na gyud lipay na
Mm.
kay ko. Tapos grabe. Grabe to na experience because I cannot remember that the items na tama. Ang puro ma-remember na ko ito mga excuse me. Gusto to mga mali ba?
Mm.
So first day pa lang after the first part sa exam, wala sige na kog badlis-badlis sa hallway kay murag nagana na kog mali ba.
Nag-contemplate, nag-focus na sa mga wrong answers and stuff.
Oh, katumagod ng kuan sa ko kay murag mag-discuss mo gud sila after the exam so
Mm.
ako patay. Then the third day was pinakababa na ako 79 after. Sa third day man good grabe tong panghitabo. I don't blame anyone pero that time man good since ang we were promised free lunch ba kay UM alumni man. So
Mm.
UM ang gud siya giheld. Sus
Oh,
pag
okay.
ang maghatod na unta sila ang faculty pero gibara sa police because bawal man maghatod og kuan. So kami,
Mm.
I was expecting so wala ko naka-lunch. So urot akong kuan but it's not a reason na ingat na nung baba akong kuan because wala math dito eh. It will really test you.
Mm.
The only thing that kept me alive was a Snicker bar and a Cloud9 candy ug saka Gatorade. Kanang 500 ml.
So as long as naami ato sir, we can still pass. Bahalag walay lunch.
Yeah, tos
As long as we
lakas
have Snickers.
Snickers and Cloud9 that kept me part 3 na siya, day 2 na siya. That was the longest part sa exam. Kalimot na ko pila ka items, 150 or 200. Diya eh. So, nya, kuan pag na siya kanang plus minus ba mali ka sa problem na. Mali gyud
Mm.
ka tanan.
Grabe ang
Oo.
experience.
Oh, grabe akong experience eh sa kuan kanang ako pa gyud na pinakalas nag-submit kay there was siguro nag-blackout ko or nag 2 hours ko na napalong lang ko ba kay pas mo na good.
Mm.
So wala truthfully wala ko napunaan ako yung mga parts na wala gyud ako na-answeran. So naghatag na lang gyud ako. Total nanabit ako sa final stage eh.
Mm.
Lakas loob na lang gyud ba. Anyway, so I passed the board exam then my uncle absorbed me back sa iyang kuan. Not as a kuan na but as an associate architect na sa iyang firm.
Mm.
So that time we were doing this project na medyo dako siya. Kuan mo gud akong uncle ang experience mo gud na is mga institutional na kuan. Usually napod na siya yung mga projects na government pero private gina siya, design build gina siya, construction firm. So that time we were doing kaning Rizal Memorial Colleges. Dako siya na kuan. So kato mga projects nako sa yaha, mga site development sa school sana. Wala kayo koy residential na kuan under sa yaha. Pero usually mga kuan man gud siya, like government buildings ba
Mm.
na kuan. Then after ato, like after siguro 2018, 2019, I decided na and we both agreed po dana siya na pwede ka man siguro mag-start on your own ana. Total, he's always there because kung unsa akong mga plano like architectural na ko siya magud ako ang structural engineer. So he can always be there to help me ba kung na ako yung mga personal projects. So my first project was residential house.
Mm.
Reto lang siya. First design build gud siya like kuan. Then kapoy gud siya. Ikaw lang isa. Dito ko nakaigo na lisod. Lisod gud ang kuan. Okay lang well to all the future architects out there. Lahi gud ang inyong contract sa design, lahi gud ang contract kung mag-build ka by kuan. By sana siya administration. So unahan gud ninyo you have to secure your kuan ha. It's a tip don't kuan. Don't undersell yourselves.
Mm.
Kana agad akong kuan sa eduha. So it's hard because kuan eh that time you really can't na pinakalisod actually sa tinuod lang na pinakalisod di design is balay because it's so
Mm.
personal
Yeah, with the
na
people living
kuan.
in it.
Yes, it's very kuan. Akala mo hospital, building, no? Residential.
Mm.
Because at an instant, lahi mo gud ang kuan like a great architect used to say, architect sa Nilabaw ba? Lahi ang kuan, iba ang so to, and I will quote him. Iba ang mga kliyente sa Davao compared sa Manila. Sa Davao, they have all the time to look at your work. Sa Manila, wala busy kay sila eh.
Busy sila. So matutukan
Busy
nila
kayo
yung
sila.
work.
Matapos ka nila yung mga work. Tapos lisod ka ayo na kay kuan. Client na want to sa site niya. Mukalit lang. Oy, architect. Sabon ako niya akong room. Ragamay man kayo. Naka-boost na mo. Naka-file na kang alumlak. So, hindi mo na. Labi kaignan ba, sir? Dili mo ko magician, sir.
So you really I need a lot of patience pud sir no with well,
You
dili man sa
yes,
tanan pero na clients na kanang ang the way
yes.
they decide murag pabago-bago and stuff.
So you have to kuan gyud apil na gyud na sa ibuhang kuan. Kumbaga game plan nimo na you have to kuan. Well, they have the right. It's their project eh. So you have to
Mm.
be flexible gyud sa imuhang kuan. Because like I said, dili lang ni drawing but we are problem solvers.
Mm.
Kung naa may doktor sa mga tao, kita man siguro ng mga doktor sa building.
Yeah.
You have to solve everything. Dili lang ang kuan, dili lang ang aesthetic ba. You
Mm.
have to be functional, you have to be efficient enough na masulod siya sa iyang budget and it would be sustainable. Not in now sustainable like what they say na kuan, pero in terms of how you construct the structure or the building, sustainable pud siya. Kay
Mm.
tanan-tanan it would be a domino effect man gud kung say kamo lang isa kuan eh, it's up to you to solve that problem. Sa
Mm.
kuan, it's your responsibility. Liable ka na for 15 years eh.
Mm.
Mao gyud na imong kuan eh.
Yeah. Grabe sir.
So after that, kita kanang pinaka-first nako na kuan kay uban man gud design lang man gud siya. Kanang isa na sa challenge ako I learned a lot na
Mm.
kuan. Apply na ko tong sa natunan nako sa akong uncle. Kuan, mga construction methods, unsaon yung pagkuan, formula sa iyang estimates or unsa ba. At least na-apply na ako na kuan. And then that time pod 2019 nagkuan man gud ko, balik ta sa 2018 kana bitong very anxious kabilang mo siguro mo sa CPD, 'di ba?
Mm.
So, I was very anxious that time, patay. Magkuan ako CPD. Naamang gyud fellow architect namo sa PIA na ay nagkuan ba nag-introduce mo, "Uy pagkuan mo og hospital design kay dako kay CPD points ba, mao up to 40." Ano ko, sige, sige wala bitaw koy ginabuhat karon. Tambay lang ko, dota-dota lang ko. Hindi ko naka-dota that time eh, kuan na mas limot ko sa kong games ato. Call of Duty lang ko unsa ba to or Battlefield. Sige, sige magkuhan ko. Kay that time ang good. Idol ko ato ni na I recently nag-establish ko sa akong sariling kuan. Wala na ko sa office akong uncle. Although naa pa man siya mga other kuan ginapatrabaho niya sa ko pero I was stagnant that time. Sige, pilapil lang ko. So, hospital design, murag found sa under the DOH na training ba. It's
Mm.
like a one week na rigorous training sa mo so on kuan sa mga basics how to design hospital na under the DOH guidelines. So, kuan lang ko. Yeah, why not?
Mm.
So, little na tayo nolisod na siya kayo. Grabe, grabe murag
Grabe.
gibalik jud kag estudyante ba kay at the end of the call I don't want to spoil anyone pero lisod siya. Kana na lang. Pero it was fulfilling because after that karon ako nakabalo na eh. At least murag na ako'y gamay kuan man at I can say na this can be my niche
Mm.
sa ako ang practice. So that time 2018, let's go to 2019. Because my papa man gud nako doktor sa Broken Chair
Okay sir.
Hospital ba. Nagkataon lang nagstorya sila sa medical director ug sa CEO na murag, we need kuan, we need help ingani with the hospital and all. Because they're trying to yung kanilang kuan, they're trying to elevate their status ba sa hospital. Kasi makatabang dako nga kung si dada ko that time siya, "Oy, akong anak nagkuan, nag-training ba to hospital." Ako po that time, "Sige, fine, let's just try."
Mm.
So, after a few kuan meetings, I became the in-house architect of Broken Chair or was the in-house architect of Broken Chair and also
Okay.
the special projects officer. So that time, I was applying what I've learned na kuan because lisod ang kuan eh. When you work in a hospital, it's different. Iba ang kausap mo. You talk to doctors, you talk to other healthcare workers, nurses,
Mm.
medtechs. Unsa ba? Like, we'd also talk to the admin. Kana,
Mm.
that's the real problem solving good. And mind you, the hospitals, never ending.
Mm.
Never ending gyud ang problema sa hospital. So, di agi ko medyo nakuan ko kaya I was all alone. Ako lang isa, ako lang naga-drawing. Daghang nagasulod sa kuha like head of this type of department, architect, we need this kuan. We have a spare room dito sa kuan, blah blah blah. We need this kind of unit na ibutang dito. Baka design baka dayon.
Mm.
Patay.
Tapos alone pa.
At least the admin helped me. Nakakuan sila og the actually he became my first apprentice. So naka-hire ko og
Oh.
kuan, apprentice under sa kuha na magtabang sa ko didto. Kay dili man gud ko regular na kuan, murag natagak na consultant ko ba. Pero dito ko nag-office because it's easier for me to look at the area ba kung naa sila ipa-design. Dito na ko they gave me an office and all. Dito na lagi pa ko na akong apprentice. So dito mi. So mga kung sample design siguro di na ako maihapoy kay almost everyday ba.
Mm.
And also, I wasn't the architect, I was the special projects officer. So under that kuan man good, apil sa imuha ang I don't know why pero murag na-apil sa ko ang building management ba.
Oh, pati
Like
ang load pod sa management.
yeah, like siguro ang kuan nimo pag coordinate with the safety officers, ang system sa hospital, pati kuan, pati security. Katawanan lagi kayo. That was just a limited time lang kay that nagapangita pa man gud sila og other roles na pag-fill in ana ba. So
Mm.
I wasn't only doing designing plans, I was also doing like fire escape plans. Kasi kaya man good, this is all DOH we need the hospital needed to comply sa DOH ba to
Mm.
renew their license and all, pati sa Bureau of Fire. Kay they had no idea man good. So that's why it's really important to educate the clients or the general public ba kung sa gud ang architects.
Mm.
Kay pagkasabot man gud nila kung engineer ka, imo ang tanan. Oh, oo, yeah, that's true. Pero lahi po dang sa architects. You have to work hand in hand with engineers.
Yeah.
Ana gud. Mao gid ang kuan. A project is very vital kung na ay mga allied professionals nimo. Allied services. You can't do it all. You don't know how to design kuan structural or compute the load of electrical. My God. Well, anyway,
Flashbacks.
flashbacks pa. Well, anyway, sa kuang kuan during my time in the hospital, it was really interesting and very tiring at the same time.
Mm.
Interesting siya because maka-design ka gingani. Ako mga sample designs na ako siguro ER renovation, like private rooms. Ang pinakadako na ko na design dira, schematic lang yun noon, was a hospital, ano ba na? Hospital, a medical tower. Siguro 12 to 15 stories kami lang ko ato naghawad magud maglumyo ni akong dapsman ba, akong apprentice.
Mm.
Tapos kaya makakuan bitaw. Ako sa planning all, that's it. Paglabay na ako sa plano sa buhat din siya kuan. Presentation. May hospital, a medical building or admin building. Kana then mga kuan ako na uban na mga special kuan chemo infusion units. Kana bitong sa kuan pod kanang diri sa Brokenshire na sa women's center nila naka-design pug ko og pero kana sila wala sa tanang designs na ko murag isa lang siguro nakuha. O gina drawing lang. Joke.
Pero it was all part of a learning gyapon, sir, no? A learning
Yeah,
process gyapon tanan.
yeah. Oh, kasi you talked with the heads of the departments on sa ilang needs. So ako trabaho lang yun. I just work drawing sa makaya na ako. Plan then meetings na po. Kay wala na ako kabalo. I was part of the hospital admin naman good. Like kung sa mga concerns na ako dito ba. Kasi makatabang ko sa part na ko as an architect. Excuse me. Mao to. So kukuhan ko og mga offices nila na Then katong time na murag wala na kaayo sila'y kuan, concerns like daghan naman gug sila na nahatag sa ilaha, timing pod human na pod akong contract. Wala na
Mm.
ako nag-renew.
Wala.
Ito so kapoy kayo. I mean nakuan jud ko, na-burnout jud ko. I was
Mm.
burnt out at nakuan because lisod jud siya nakuan and thank God na wala ako nag-renew because pandemic. Samot
Mm.
na. When you work in a hospital during the
During the
pandemic,
pandemic.
ambot. Asa ka puniton. Ay naku, lisod kaayo. Pero nakatabang ko sila hagamay. Nagtabang ko sa layout sa ilahang itong ilang mga portable na emergency rooms, mga ana. They were still me and the CEO that time had an open kuan. Sabi na
Mm.
siya. We were talking back and forth. Patabang ingani. Then nakakuan ko sa ilaha, nakatabang ko sa ilaha one time as sa contractor side because naka-appeal mo gud bi og kuan, namo gud sila laboratory gibuhat didto and
Mm.
invite lang me ang firm sa akong uncle ug ako na submit lang mo og bidding na kuan nga. So thank God na nakuha namo nakuha namo ang project. Then at least nakatabang ko balik sa ilaha. Sana siya kanang molecular laboratory
Mm.
back in 2020 and 2021. So mo to ang latest na project nga nahuman namo sa akong uncle. So balik ta sa 2022, I kid you not ha, listeners and MJ.
Okay, sir.
So from a hospital architect karon ang specialty nako mausoleo.
So,
Kataw anan.
grabe jud yung ano sir no. Like mag-adapt
Yeah,
gihapon jud ang imong
adapt
projects.
jud ka. Adapt jud ka kay katawanan lagi kayo ano ko ospital mo ko nagtrabaho pero na mausoleo ako ginataw. Pero kabalo ka, it is a different experience na pod sa kuha ba siyempre. It's just a bit morbid lang yun pero kuya po ang mausoleo it's very compared to a residential, it is also very personal.
Mm.
Mara po siya ko ano di po ko naka-experience og kanang how the people who would be using that ba.
Mm.
I don't want to be morbid to the listeners out there. Pero it's interesting because you have you will design a place kung asa sila ilubong eh.
Mm.
Not only ko, 'di ba? Tapos who would 'di ba? Only the living would siguro no na ako na nga to. Pero it's very heartwarming ba na makakuan ka og client na nalipay siya ba? Nahimutang bitaw siya. Uy, salamat
Mm.
kay architect ka na nahuman na gyud ang kuan. It's a different kuan na pud sa kuang side
It's a
na to
different
kuan.
feeling.
It's just different feeling and same time morbid. Ikaw gud maging ka ma'am, diri gud ka ibutang. Nga after 5 years ma'am, kung bukog na kay baling ka diri.
Pero sir,
Tawanan ba?
I would like to bring up no. I'm curious na as an architect na murag niagi of course murag the world stopped man jud during the pandemic.
Oh
So
yes, oo.
as an architect murag what was the situation of your practice or nabay murag highlights na madala nimo na murag remarkable siya for you during the pandemic as an architect?
Number 1, I was broke. Walay
Mm.
project. Number
Bro.
2, you tend to adapt sa designs nimo karon. Like sa designs na nako karon or my design phase karon, gina-include na nako ang kung sa na-learn nako sa pandemic ba. Like ventilation is very important. The proper social distancing siguro kana good. Like things na you don't usually do pre-pandemic. Ma-apply na nimo sa imong designs karon ba. Little kuan lang good, little details. Na kuan like how you would control the behavior of the people. Kung sa nimo pag for example if naana ang plano, how can you consider the ventilation, the mechanical ventilation? If is it kuan ba? Is there gonna be, tawag mobalik magtuyok ba ang hangin sa kuan, the air quality, consider na gid nimo ba?
Mm.
Actually, it taught me or it taught us siguro, tanan siguro 'no, how lahi na pud ang behavior sa tao after this pandemic.
A lot of change, jud.
Sige, sige, di kuan gid mi ato. That's why karon mo mag-design mi nagakuan na gyud ka if kung magpila ang tao to this part, papilawon nimo siya na puwede ba siya mag-social makuhaan pa nimo ang social distancing, kay makuha na nimo kay usually murag 2 feet apart lang man gid ang kuan sa kuan or 2 feet lang gid ang personal space, tama ba?
Mm.
Tama ba kung term? Murag nidako na ang bubble ba?
So you
Adapt gid.
so you're saying jud sir na murag as an architect maingon jud nimo na the global pandemic has somehow has an effect on how structures or how architects think from now on. Murag na jud sila
Yes.
pabaon.
Oh, I really agree because the global pandemic changed how the people function or how it changed our behavior man good. So
Mhm.
as architects we should adapt to their behavior or behavior nato. It kuan gid nakakuan gid siya. It left a mark pud sa ako or sa uban pud na architects nila. Na nalahi gid ang kuan na from maybe siguro we have to consider na proper or adequate spaces para to at least minimize transmission. Kung sabak mo na, if there's other pandemic, at least katong thing na or the structure na gi-design nato or building na gi-design nato. Well, ready siya po or at least it can kuan ba? Ready siya to serve or to prevent something like a pandemic again.
Mm.
Na kuan sa kung una-una. Although sa theory lang pero lisod gid na actual.
Pag-apply jud.
Yeah, so dito pag-apply at least na kay considerations at dili mo makuan like ventilation is very important. Kaya naka-seminar man ko ato during the pandemic on how to design hospital setups ba. Then like that time ang uso that time is kada mga isolation centers. The very thing important is ventilation. Wag yun na. Not the distances, dili kaayo. As long as there is ventilation, okay lang.
Okay.
Kana na-realize na pud ako ba kay usually magbutang labi na 'tong estudyante ko tuon na basta magbutang lang og spaces.
Okay na. Goods na.
Goods na. Kaya na ni. Pasado na ni. O di 75 okay lang.
So the mood is ano na sir, no? The mood is very heavy right now. So ang next question is siguro more on the lighter side na lang siya. Pero personal
Lighter side na to.
gihapon on your side. Murag,
Okay.
do you have your own design philosophy or paano ba mag-design ang isang architect? Francis Magno.
That's a
Or is
very
your style?
very very heavy question.
Ay, so, dili din
That's
siya
okay.
lighter. Murag heavy. Hindi siya na
Well, it's an interesting question. It's a good question actually because all of us follow, 'di ba, famous architects. Ako, I am a very avid fan of Art Deco.
Okay,
There was let me tell you a history of it because there was a time na I was given a chance to go to the States, so I went to New York. Giadtuan gyud nako ang buildings na gusto nako, like the Empire State Building, Chrysler Building, Woolworth Building. So grabe. For me, Art Deco is different gyud ba murag the level of craftsmanship. It's very nice gyud para sa kuha. Kalimot na ko kisa may mga famous art deco ko ano architects na ko. Na-unlearn na ako eh. Ako I'm a fan of art deco. Good. All gamay art nouveau like Gaudi, Hector Guimard, and all. Pero how would I design? Siguro my philosophy is maybe solving problems. So ba or
So, murag
I
nag-solve jud siya on what the problem is. Like,
yeah, you have to solve once ang problem. It's I would decide. I would approach a problem We should design with the consideration of everything, kana na lang sa kuha.
Mm-mm.
Not only the wants of the client, but how your design would impact the environment, how would it impact other people, and how would it impact make an impact as it is ba? That
Mm-mm.
would siguro serve its purpose or another purpose. Like everything should be flexible to a extent na dili pod siya dili pod siya lisod, buhaton. Kay ang actual gyud is lahi, you have a very for example, the expectation is really high good sa imuha sa client pero ang
Mm-mm.
budget
Very low.
one third. Sad reality of being gone. Pero mao mo gunang challenge sa imuha, eh,
Mm-mm.
as an architect na unsa man nimo pagdiskarte ana na it would look nice, it's properly planned, and it has a impact pa na
Mm-mm.
kuan. You are aiming for that win-win situation sa imong between you and the client and the other people or the other elements around the building.
Mm.
So, kana
So,
maybe design with flexibility? Weird kaayo paminaw, no?
pero it ano murag it's an interesting thing na even though naga-follow taog like as students or as murag aspiring architects naga-follow taog murag natay gina-idolize pero we can really make our own identity as
Yeah,
time passes by.
but we have to also kuan pod, well, wala man po there's no such thing as kuan pod ba, dili man kawat, pero get
Mm.
ideas from other it's really important to get ideas from to learn ba, learn while you're designing.
Mm.
Kay sometimes mo good we're too conceited on one philosophy ba, that
Mm.
there's no room for growth. It's also important for you to learn other people's works, be inspired kana. Inspiration, be inspired good all the time.
Mm.
Kay
Oo,
lisod
sir.
good ang ma-design block. Kana ang important para sa kuha is to be inspired by other works of architects. Okay, they have the same level as you, eh. So it's not sometimes mga good architects can be very egotistic ba. It's all about their ego and all.
Mm.
Ako dili ko naga-agree kaya ana man good sa kuan. So the more man good you learn other kuan, the more they criticize your work, daghan yung kag matunan ana. Because actually the biggest kuan is katong sa ang kuan, eh, the biggest lesson nimo is from your mistakes ba.
Mm.
Sa kuan. So you have to have an open mind. To
Ma-remember
be
jud nimo
inspired lang
siya.
good.
Ma-remember jud nimo siya
Yes.
since it's a mistake that you
Oh,
did.
apil lang it's part on my philosophy good. Ato akong path, eh, ang kuan. So, never stop learning. Dili porket nakapasa na kag board exam, kahit na kay no. It's the start of your hell. No, no, sorry. It's the start of it's
I think the listeners would naga-range, naga-smile sila on some sentences pero ginakulbaan na po sila on what really
ayaw ka
an
kulba.
architect should like.
Just take it as it is good kita kana beta tong giskwelahan, 'di ba?
Mm.
'Di ba? Wala mo siguro kuan kung magduha-duha pa ka, fi-fear na ka. 'Di ba? Kung nagduha-duha ka, fi-fear ka, congrats at least wala lang ka joke lang. Dili ka moagi og hell. No, no. I'm just making jokes. I'm trying to break the ice.
So sir, as an architect, no, what can you say is a unsa ba more siya specific skill or yeah a specific skill a successful architect should have but it is usually deemed underrated. What is a skill na wala kay siya gina-talk about or maybe wala siya ginastoryahan about the academe but you are sure as an architect yourself na kinahanglan jud nimo siya sa field.
Honestly, patience.
Patience jud siya, sir.
Patience gid siya. Kana gyud labi na sa field. You're
Mm.
dealing with other people, eh. You're dealing with kuan dili tanan on the same page as you. So it's up to you to bring them on that page. Diba not in the same book. So it's for the architect to make everything make everything senseful ba.
Mm.
na kuan. Eh, muna siya, patience siguro. It's very underrated para sa kuan. One kay ginaingon nila, very great philosophy, one
Mm.
skills, kuan. Or patience or maybe the ability to learn
Mm.
na kuan. Not to be trapped in your own walls pa. Kana kana akong maingon siguro karon ha sa at this moment.
So, what can you realistically na siya na question na what is your opinion on the condition of architecture here in the Philippines?
Well, I'll give
Comfortable
you
ka to
a
say to our audience.
comfort disclaimer. No. Dili kuan siya. Well, honestly, because let's not blame our counterparts. Never
Mm.
blame them. It's let's blame ourselves pod
Mm.
because siguro it all starts with the lack of information ba sa kuan.
Mm. So,
Yeah,
sa roles na pod
honestly,
siguro.
yeah, honestly, it's somehow of a kuan eh, lisod siya eh. I can't say things because it might incriminate
Mm.
me. Pero kuan mo gud siya. Lisod siya karon. Labi na kuan with all the lalo na because of the pandemic. One tao dili gusto magpabotog balay because they're trying to save their money. The fear na basig mo upsa sa pandemic and inflation, the war on Ukraine and Russia. We all know that stuff, di ba? But it has a very big effect sa construction industry. Because materials karon dako na kaayo presyo eh. As far as I know, 15 to 30% na ang presyo sa mga materials. And kung diha na side, it's very hard. Pero with the side of sa professions and the other counterparts, I think it's progressive. Lalo na diri sa Davao because for the first time siguro in history of Davao City na nagyud tayo office of the building official
Mm.
sa kuan. Who is an architect na ba?
Mm.
Na kuan. It's progressing na kuan. And for us, architects, we should never blame our counterparts. What we should do, we should educate
Mm.
everyone. Kana lang gid akong makuan because isod magud ang kuan eh. We have really have to address the level of ignorance pa ba kay
Mm.
everyone's not well informed honestly. Lahi ang ilang pagkasabot sa kuan eh. Later would they know, hala dakuan na og na save the architect oy kung say kay say mo ako ni adto. Kana
Mm.
that's a win for us ba na kuan. Eh uban wala jud sila kabalo. Nag-hire lang sila og panday. Gitikasan na din sila. So, sa tuwa, we have to educate good. But we should be humble enough to tell them na nga naman kuan. And we should also promote our allied professions pa. We would
Mm.
explain to them na ma'am kaning ginabayad nimo sa kuha it does not go necessary sa kuha because I have to set up a team, design team, a team of engineers pod. Dili lang sa kuha. It's a kuan good na dito ma-realize sa kuha. Ay nga na day na. Yes, nga na siya ma'am. Under UAP document. Kalimot ako. Explain sa ila ha. Nako, depende lagi na sa diskarte sa imo ha. Lisod mo gunang mandaot ka og lain profession. Ma'am, ngani si ngani dili mo guna siya kabalo kay dili mo guna ya linya. No,
Mm.
you kuan to a client. Ma'am, ingani man gud siya. Siya designer na kuna siya. Pero matagak na partners gid mo.
Mm.
Explain to your client in a very simple way how the design process kuan works ba. Kana.
So you should dili ma-fix ang issues if magdulang kag more harm with it. So you
Yeah.
really
Would
need
do
to
more
educate.
harm good. Educate youth. Education is the number one. Is your best friend sa ingana
Mm.
in a world full of ignorance. Ito man gud na nag-start eh kay wala man gud. Karon lang gani mi kabalo na architects mi ha, architects ta diri ha.
Mm.
Karon lang bak na wala day okbo ang Davao City. Under sa something constitution or sa national building code, kung walay officer in charge ba or walay gi-appoint, ang mag-handle is the city engineers. Sa karon lang mi nakabalo
Mm.
ato pag-explain sa kun, wow, 'di ba? At least aminado mi na wala pod aminado pod ato ang profession ba na wala pod kita
Mm.
kabalo ato.
So we should really never stop learning. Kay
Yeah,
ano
never
jud.
stop learning. And just absorb, just be a sponge good. Kana gyud ang pinakaimportante. Don't be I have to admit that there was a point in my life na bago ko na architect, kanang angsty kaayo ba, kabalo na ko sa tanan, kabalo. Tapos tinuod lang napay masahod mo drawing sa kuha, napay masahod magplano sa kuha, dili registered, 'di ba?
Mm.
So, make the most of it. Katong person na masahod sa imo, put him in your team. It would help.
Yeah, murag tinabangay lang jud in the
Nga
field.
bangay gyud. Kay what they teach put outside, it's different sa ato ang kuan. Dito is very competitive. Dito is more of like a studio type na everyone would collaborate na kuan. So
Mm.
it's more on collaborative man gyud. Okay, you cannot have all the answers at the same time, same day ba?
Mm.
That's why you need someone's opinion, you need someone's kuan, maybe they can help you. Maski gamay na idea, it would spark into many branches ba. Kana gid ako napansin when I wasn't angsty anymore. I was more kuan ba, more open to other people's opinion. Na kuan, yeah, it really helps good. Ako gid kay siya tabang like to kuan. And siguro have an unlimited supply of patience.
Patience is yeah.
Patience, balik it is patience.
So,
Still,
what is your dream project and why?
my dream project.
Yes, unsa ang dream project ni Architect Francis Magno? Let's say given na lang na there's like walay ginaano na budget or something, like any project.
Siguro ha, it's a nice question po do. When I was when I was a student, I really good. I was really into resorts, like something
Mm.
na maka-relax ka. Siguro my dream project would be a resort na sa karon na. A resort siguro kaya something to relax ba? Relaxing na
With the cruel world, something to
with
relax, jud.
yes, yes, with all the and everything, the inflation, the Russia and all. At least you have a space that would make you forget everything that's happening. Because maybe siguro lately manggod, I was exposed, mo kung familiar ba mo sa Bamboo Bootcamp. Exposed manggod ko diha ba kay nakastorya na akong architect ba, na-inspire po ko sa iya ha.
Mm.
Si Architect Jed, UP alumni po na siya.
Mm.
Jed De Guzman, siya manggod ang architect sa Bamboo Bootcamp. Nagkako na learn sa iya actually. Nakuan.
Mm.
Oo, lingawan sa imong trabaho ako sa masaya talaga ng trabaho mo ba kay maka-relax. Kaya siguro a resort
A
for me.
resort.
A resort, a dream project nako a resort na walay budget ug walay mali.
Walay budget and walay.
Walay dako na walay kuan, walay hang-ups.
So can I just actually it's the final question. So no before na ko ingon ng final question murag grabe jud ang learnings with this podcast. I'm sure this will be a meaningful podcast not just for me na
Hopefully.
nag-interview but for all the listeners out there. Labi na tong siguro I'm hoping na everything is every student is nagagrind pero those who are siguro waiting for a wake up call or something on the likes of that will surely get something from this session of ours.
Those who were under my shoes or inside my shoes ba or on my shoes or who had my footsteps.
Mm.
It's an inspiration to you, to all of you. Don't give up.
Yes, don't give up. So
Don't give up, good.
this is the final question is if you can give any or say anything or give final pieces of advice both to your younger self and for us like more like the next generation, the aspiring architects, what can you say?
Well, if I would give myself a pep talk siguro, I would tell him or to the people or future architects, hopefully one take joke lang. Future architects na kuan to this nation and to the whole world, have an open mind. Be very be like a sponge and absorb everything. Don't concede yourself in one corner and try to explore. Explore good, explore everything. If you have the opportunity to explore. Don't kuan, don't limit yourself. Kung unsay mo kuan to diha lang ka. No, try to learn. Try to kuan good and always be inspired by other architects. Kana gyud akong makuan. Isa gyud sa makatabang sa imuha. Be inspired to other works of architects. Unsa ba masing gamay lang ang ilang projects unsa ba. And siguro have a lot of patience.
Patience should happen magkatalo.
Patience gyud siya. Patience gyud siya. Have a lot of patience. Everything will just fall at the right place and dapat God fearing po tatanan dili. That's true good. And kana lang kung maingon don't lose hope and
So, okay.
don't lose hope.
So,
If you're if you know,
okay,
if you find yourself stuck, take a break. Dota. Dota lang sa plates din nyo. Malisod kayo mo kung ano. If you find yourself stuck, just take a break.
just take a
Some
break,
things cannot be solved.
play your
in
games,
a day.
and don't forget to bring Snickers.
Yes. Rehydrate.
Pag magbaon na lang sad para in case walay free
Yes.
lunch, makakaon jud.
Kasi estudyante pa ko, grabe ko. Kamo, nagakape pa ba? Grabe. Kaya akong best friend, ikaw, hindi na, nagapalpitate na ko karod eh. I remember times na mag-drafting, estudyante pa, mo'y tulgan na iba. Magsabi itong plate, walay ligo, okay kilok. Good times. Well, anyway, kato, I hope this podcast is meaningful to some or kuan, or at least, di ba, ka-share ko gamay sa kuang testimonies ba o experiences sa uban students o sa future architects. Ayaw ma-inspired.
Meaningful shoots are very, very meaningful. So, it's a wrap. Thank you kayo, Architect Francis.
Thank you.
Magno.
I'm honored.
Kayo. I'm more
Hopefully,
honored, sir, kay busy jud biya kayo as an architect. Ganiya pa lang pag pangumusta nako on how's your day, murag. Honored jud kay ko na murag somehow nakasingit ko and for you to be able to share jud na to us students on this your look on things and stuff na realistically lang.
Mao, sharing is therapy pud sa ko eh. So, okay lang. Nakatabang pud siya actually. It goes both ways good sa podcast na ni. So, yeah, it's a good conversation.
Thank you guys, sir. Thank you guys, sir, and thank you guys for tuning up in this very meaningful interview on podcast with Sir Francis. And I hope na if ever man there's a parallel universe where this podcast will be successful in a way with lots of episodes, hopefully we can have you back, sir. Na murag.
Okay lang eh. Just contact me.
So, thank you guys, sir, and have a good night, everybody. Thank you guys.
Alright, good night. Sige, thank you.